The deep woods have a way of changing once the sun dips below the horizon. What feels like a peaceful sanctuary by day transforms into a labyrinth of shadows. These are three true stories from people who went seeking the stars, only to find themselves hunted by something lurking in the pitch-black silence of the wilderness. Our first story comes from a solo hiker in the Cascades. He thought he was completely alone, miles from the nearest trail, until the sun began to set. Late that night, he woke to a rhythmic scratching. He grabbed his flashlight, heart hammering against his ribs, and aimed the beam at the thin nylon wall. There, cast against the fabric by his own lantern, was the silhouette of a tall, unnaturally thin figure. It wasn't moving. It was just standing there, watching. Suddenly, a long, pale hand reached out, pressing slowly into the tent material just inches from his face, before silently retreating back into the void. In our second story, two friends camping in the Ozarks noticed the forest had gone deathly quiet. Even the crickets had stopped their nightly song. Then came the sound, heavy, deliberate footsteps crunching through the dry leaves. Something was circling them, staying just beyond the reach of their firelight. Terrified, they retreated into their tent, zipping it shut as if that thin layer of plastic could protect them from whatever was prowling outside. The footsteps grew louder, circling closer and closer, until they stopped abruptly, right at the tent entrance. For 3 hours, neither of them dared to breathe. Finally, a lakeside encounter that began with a beautiful view. A young woman found a secluded spot, miles away from any established campground. While scanning the opposite shore with binoculars, she froze. A man was standing perfectly still among the trees, staring directly at her through his own glass. As night fell, she saw a single flashlight beam leave the opposite shore and begin to move rapidly through the woods, heading straight for her location. She fled into the brush, watching in horror as not one, but 4 figures with flashlights emerged and began systematically tearing her campsite apart. The wilderness offers beauty, but it also hides those who don't want to be found. Next time you're out there, listen closely to the silence. Have you ever felt watched in the woods? Perhaps you weren't imagining it. Be careful out there. Sleep with one eye open.